Coming off of 295. All I know is I started losing control of the bike, and next thing I know, I woke up in the woods. My helmet was smashed off my head. Through a full face helmet, my eye looked like it was gone. I had a puncture wound in my throat and a giant bruise down my sternum. My larynx was bruised. I broke my pinky. I had a giant lump on my left foot or my right foot. And what happened is I hit the curb. I don't know what happened from there. When I woke up, I was covered in blood. The bike was standing up, stuck straight up in a tree. The handlebars were over the side, limp. There was fluids leaking everywhere. Yeah, it was not going anywhere. It was stuck in a fucking tree. And I was about 25 feet away from that. When I got up, honestly, I went headfirst into a tree. I mean, from the people I know that are firemen, the people I know that deal with stuff like that, that's usually a decapitation, coma, and I had nothing. The doctors and the nurses at the hospital were even shocked that there was no internal bleeding, no broken bones outside of the pinky. Everything, I mean, I'm banged up, I'm hurt, I'm still sore as hell, but everything superficial is healed up. It's been a couple days, over a week, and road rash is gone. All right, this is what happens when you take care of yourself and you live properly. This human body is made to heal itself. Okay? And also, when you focus your mind on God, I'll tell you what, I tell everybody I pray when I ride. I really do. And I seriously pray when I ride, and it's not a joke. That's the only thing I can consent to me not being dead or in severe issues right now. And I stopped and I went and started looking for my phone. I knew I needed to call somebody to get out of there. And of course, nobody stopped for me. And instead of calling 911, I called an Uber, went home, and had my family take me to the hospital. I'm covered in blood in the back of an Uber and covered in dirt and all types of other shit.
Dang.
Yeah, I was pulling leaves out of my hair.
What did the Uber driver say?
Not a word. Not a word, dude. No, he knew something was bad because he kind of drove past me, and I kind of got on the phone with him and wasn't very happy about him driving past me. So, yeah, I think he knew what happened. I think I said something to him about it. You know, I said, I'm covered in blood. I'm the guy on the road covered in blood. You drove right past. But I went to get my phone, and it was really odd. My phone and my money were sitting right underneath the tree, perfectly laid out. My money was four $20 bills. It was fanned out perfectly. And I mean perfectly. Even spaces between each $20 bill. Perfect. Laid right on the grass, right next to my phone.
Know what entered my mind when you just said that?
God.
Yeah, like he was trying to tell you I got you.
Yeah. It's the only reason I'm alive, man.
Keep doing my work.
I believe that, and I say it. We said it last 2 weeks ago on the podcast. We are on a mission, and I felt like if I get off mission, it's no more need for Mike on this planet.
You got a purpose, man. You got a purpose.
But I really do believe that, especially with the issue with the money. And so, yeah, I went to the hospital. I was there for about 6 hours. They wanted me to stay overnight. I left AMA against medical advice, so I had to sign special paperwork for that.
No, you didn't want to stay at the hospital?
No, they wanted to transport me to Camden, because...
Or Cooper?
Yeah, and I said, okay, maybe I'll go there. That's fine. No, we have to transport you. You have to get in an ambulance and do this and that. So I'm good. And it was just to be observed.
Okay.
Because they swore that there was something worse off with me. They were just baffled that I was...
Like you probably flew how many feet you think?
About 25, 30 feet in the air.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then head first into a tree.
That's crazy.
Puncture wound in my throat, too. It was like, my voice is still a little raspy.
I think you're all right because you was probably relaxed when you hit the tree. You weren't tensed up.
I don't know. But that was shit like that makes you think, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Life is short, you know, and this was the first time I actually relaxed in a while and sat down and really just chilled.
No choice.
Yeah, even the last accident, when I got in an accident, because I told y'all I got in a motorcycle accident, 3-4 weeks ago before this.
Mm.
And
Maybe it's time to stop driving that motorcycle.
that's not happening.
I'm
I'm
just
not
saying,
a quitter,
maybe.
I'm not a coward. That would have been like, so, hey,
Sometimes
man,
surrender ain't bad. It depends on what you're surrendering
I
to.
should have, that's like quitting fighting after I had a loss. Or,
it's not.
or
No,
quitting life because I was a junkie.
No. You quit doing drugs. That's being a winner.
Well, or I could have quit life because I was on drugs, right?
I'm just
But
trying to say.
that's what quitting riding would be like to me.
Alright.
I love riding.
Okay.
I'm fully aware of the consequences I put myself under when I go there.
So maybe slow down. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said in the beginning, I know I like to go fast. I like to push the limits, and
Did you like running into that tree?
I love riding. Hey man, things happen.
I'm just saying. I'm asking a question. You didn't even answer the question.
Because it's a stupid question. Because you know I don't.
Well, then maybe you should slow down. That's all I'm saying.
I'm fully aware of the consequences that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All the times I went fast.
Yeah.
I go fast. I ride every day.
Yeah.
One thing happens. Now it's not time to stop. Might
Okay.
be time to readjust. But no, I'm not just going to give up something I love that I know bad things happen. I know bad things happen with that.
Right.
You know, I mean, I'm a little, you know, I mean, dude, I get in the ring at 40 years old.
Right.
You know, with just starting learning how to fight at 37, 38 years old.
That's a good point.
So, you got to understand that. That's where I'm coming from. I didn't get to grow through being a man. I was on drugs and a mess through my 20s and late teens and 30s and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, this is just part of me. I've wasted so much life. I won't waste anymore. I refuse. And that's kind of, I think it's more of that
I understand.
than just a theory of quitting.
Trust me.
I think it's more of
I get
a
it.
deep down thing like of that nature.
Trust me. I get it because it's almost like you want to make up for the lost time.
100%.
And like now that you're on this path, you want to do all you can do all you can do. I definitely understand that.
And you know, yeah, it sucks and it hurts and it's.
All I'm saying is, just be a little careful. That's all.
I agree.
Because you don't want to get hurt. You know?
No,
You want to enjoy the ride. You know what I mean? And you know, as long as you don't get in an accident, you can enjoy it.
And that's the thing. That's why I'm not going to stop riding because it wasn't like somebody else's fault. I know what I did.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I did.
And
I know it was my fault.
The bike is done.
Completely done this
Wow.
time. Not a chance of her coming back.
But
I know what I did, and I know, you know, I was being reckless.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, oh, well, you know, I know I made a mistake. It's not like, oh,
live to
shit
talk
just
about it.
happened.
Yo.
you know,
When
like-
he sent me the text messages and I seen the pictures, I was like, I guess we're not doing a podcast. I was like, what the hell happened? I was like, damn.
I was all bludgeoned. I'm still
Yeah,
big ass black and blue
that
mark
neck thing
here.
on too. I was like, wow. And I was like, all right, it's all good, bro. No worries. I said, I'm gonna call you in a couple of days, check on you. And I called him a couple of days later, and he sounded good. He sounded like, yeah, man. I was surprised. I was like, damn. But
So
I
am I.
really believe the fact that you were in good physical condition helped you, you know, recover as fast as you do, as are doing. You know. And,
But it's just, it's miraculous.
well,
I mean, dude, a week and this everything's healed. I mean, do people heal that? I've never in my life have I healed like this.
Wolverine does.
There you go. I'm a superhero. Bitch.
he does. So I mean, it's possible, right?
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah,
We're breeding superheroes at Round Table. Let's get it.
that's right.
Come train with us.
For real. But yeah, last night I want to share this
Oh
real
yeah,
quick.
let's talk about your stuff.
Last night I went to my 40th year class reunion, Manasquan High School, the class of 1984, 40 years out of high school. Went to the reunion, And dude, I had a blast, man. It was crazy, man. Seeing people that you went to school with for 4 years straight. You saw them almost every day for 4 years. You graduate, and then you don't see them no more. You know what I mean? And then like, I guess Facebook came out. I know I got on Facebook. I think it was '09. And you started like reconnecting and seeing what they're doing and stuff like that. And then I went to the 30th, and then I went to the 35th, and now the 40th. And so like, man, it was just crazy. And I got a lot of love, and a lot of people have seen my transformation. You know, the fact that I've been clean so long, the fact that I was a single parent. I got a lot of praise, and I got to share my story and, you know, talk about, you know, my life and my struggles and how I've been, you know, doing it and giving back. And and it was crazy because in high school, there was a lot of people I went to high school with that I didn't really talk to when I was in high school. You know what I mean? And now I talked to everybody and got to hear everybody's story and like the stuff they went through in high school and how they felt. Like a lot of people were like, dude, I was scared of you. I was like, yeah, why? You know what I mean? You was like big and black and you were huge and I was scared. I said, did I do something to you? They was like, nah. You know what I mean? And it was just to hear like how people have insecurities and the stuff they thought about and like, you know what I mean? And now we're grown and we were like this, you know, telling our stories and, you know, when you're 58, it's no more BSing. You know, it's like,
Isn't it funny how silly the insecurities get?
yeah, it's like,
Think about that, guys.
and they were like, damn, man, we thought you were going to make it. You were so good at football and this and that. And I was like sharing with them that, you know, I was on drugs, you know what I mean? And they got the best of me. And I saw a couple of people. This one dude came up to me, right? And he was like, yo, what's up, pussy? And I'm looking at him like, he's smiling and shit. And I'm like, what's up? Right? And I got to admit, I didn't really know who he was at the time, but I knew him. Because he was just too comfortable to come up to me.
Yeah.
Right? And the way he said it, I laughed. And I'm like, damn, who the hell is that? Because they gave us name tags, right? And of course, he didn't have his on, right?
Dickhead who takes his name tag
Yeah,
off.
he didn't have it. So, you know, now we had been talking for a while, and I walked away, and I was talking to, it was like a group of us. It was like 5 of us. And I was like, yo. I said, is that guy over
Who
there?
the fuck is that?
I was like, who is that? And everybody's like, I don't know. Like, I was like, what do you mean you don't know? They was like, he looks familiar.
This motherfucker crashed the party.
I was just like, then finally somebody said his name, and I was like, oh, shit. I used to get high with him almost every day. We used to smoke weed all the time. And so then I went back over there. I said, yo, do you remember how much we used to get high? And then we started laughing. We just started telling the stories and, you know, like, just like, and because a lot of stuff I just forgot. It's hard to remember when you were like, you know, high all the time and drunk all, like, you know, I didn't drink during the week, but I smoked weed every day in high school, every day. And I sold loose joints. I sold them for $1. And if you got 5, I would give you 6 for 5. And we were just cracking up. We were telling stories, and we were talking about how it was a good time to grow up. You know what I mean? And it was just like, you know, we're glad we grew up during that time, and we were, you know, giving our reasons why and how things are now, and our kids, and some people got grandkids, and it was just crazy, man. And this one lady, she was married to one of my classmates, and she was like, wait, who are you? I was like, I told her my name. She was like, and I was the only black dude there. And, you know, we had more blacks in our class, but I was the only one that showed up. Only black guy that showed up. And she was like, you got the biggest reaction. She was like, it was almost like you got an ovation when you walked in. She's like, who are you? I started laughing. And a lot of them told me how much I inspired them with my videos and, you know, my life and how I've been living and, you know, raising my kids on my own, like staying clean. And I was asking me questions about, you know, going to meetings and why do I still go and do you think you still need to go? And I answered that question in the way, like, I do think I still need to go. I'm still, this is, everybody has different feelings about this. I still think I'm an addict. You know what I mean? When I go to meetings, I identify myself as I always say I'm an addict named Derek. I feel like there's a saying in the meetings, we keep what we have by giving it away. So like, I actually feel it's my duty to go to meetings and to show my face and to keep it real and talk about my life. And sometimes it's, you know, it's rolling and smooth sailing, and sometimes it's storms. And I know when you share real about, like, not just the good times, but the bad times and everything in between, that the new person that comes in could say, hey man, this guy's been clean almost all these years, and he still comes, and he's still, you know, using the tools that he got when he learned when he first got here to stay clean and to thrive and to help other people, you know what I mean? Because it's not just about me. So when we're talking about God and, you know, having a purpose, so like, you know, like I just have been blessed to have different arenas to give back, like at the gym, at the hot yoga studio, at the church in Kensington, at the meetings, you know what I mean, on the job site, like wherever I go. This one dude said to me, let me tell you what happened. I'm working with this drilling crew, and we got splashed with all this mud, right? So dude was like, come over here, man. So we're hosing off, and I'm trying to get the dirt off. He's like, dude, you still got a lot of dirt on your neck. So I couldn't get it off. So I just took my shirt off, and I got the hose, and I'm hosing myself off, right? So the next day, the dude was like, yo, dude. He was like, you're fucking jacked. He was like, what's up with that? He was like, what's going on? And then I started talking to him about it, and he was like, yo, man, my girl's been asking me to come to the gym with her, and blah, blah, blah. And he said, but I'm lazy, this and that. I said, how old are you? He told me how old he was. He's like 20 years younger than me. I said, you're 38? I said, I'm 58, bro. He was like, what? He said, you're older than my dad, and my dad looks nothing like you. And he was just like, man, I'm gonna start going to the gym. So like, yeah. He's looking at me, and we're working. And he gets down, he starts doing push-ups, and he starts doing all this stuff, and I'm just cracking up because, and I just started sharing with him the stuff I eat. I said, yeah, I don't eat regular bread, I eat Ezekiel bread. And he went out and bought it the next day. He's like, yeah, I got that bread you told me about. And it's like, and I look at it like, yeah, I get to share, you know, the stuff that I do. You even asked me, yo, man, you know, you said I need to stretch, like, because I'm hurting. Can you send me some stretches? And I did, because like, anything I can share that can help somebody, inspire somebody, like, because we all have different gifts. This is not only, this isn't my gift, this is my passion.
But you see, he injects himself into those places.
Yeah.
If you want to do things like this, if you're feeling empty inside, you've got to put yourself into these places.
Empty.
You've got to do these things.
Now we were talking about, because like it was a bunch of us.
You fill yourself by giving yourself.
We do, and it was a bunch of us who loved the Lord. Everybody has different religions, whatever. But it was like it was at a reunion, and we were talking about like our faith and this and that, and we were all talking about it and talking about, you know, being in service and this and that, and then I brought up the whole Hollywood situation with the P. Diddy thing, because that's the hot topic right now. And I was like, obviously, there's something to filling a void that we have. We try to fill it with drugs, alcohol, sex, people, things, money. But when you have internal peace through your higher power, there's nothing quite like that. There's nothing, me personally, I have a relationship with God. And he allows me to go to all these different arenas to share my experience, strength, and hope, to get inspired, to be inspired, to encourage, to be encouraged. And what I realized is last night was about relationships. It was about, we were sharing with each other, we were telling our stories from when we were kids, how we felt, to our life stories and how we got to this place now. Everybody had a different story. There was some people who've been married for a long time. There were some people who've been divorced. Like, I've been divorced twice, and there's a couple people had like crazy stories, or, you know, marriage broke up for this or that, and it was just like, and then at the time you felt like it was like your life is over and this and that, and then you one day at a time, you just kept going and going, and then you get to a place where you're like, it's almost like you come out stronger, and you're like, because then you start depending on something that's greater than you to get through these feelings, to get through these moments, and you realize food, sex, drugs, all these outside these temporary things, these what do you call that?
Earthly desires,
Yeah, but we have
materialistic.
a word. No, what's that? A quick fix. What's the other word I'm looking for?
I'm not sure.
Can't think of it right now. But quick fixes. Damn, I can't. I think I say it all the time. But we want instant gratification. We look for we want to feel good right now. So I'm gonna take this hit of cocaine and blow my mind and forget about all my problems, right? Because this is mind blowing, right? I'm like, oh man, I ain't thinking about my problems, but guess what? My problems are still there.
How they gonna get fixed if you ain't thinking about it?
They're definitely there. Now I got some more problems because I don't blow all this money on this stuff. You know what I mean? And now, I done lost a couple of days because I'm like in Never Land. And then you come back to Earth. Now you got a lot less money. You still got problems. You might have not have taken care of the stuff you had to take care of. Now you got to play catch up. And so, you can't go around things. You got to go through them. You got to go through them. You know what I mean? And we have to ask for help sometimes.
Just keep in mind, being high and broke is not a good way to go after problems.
It really
isn't.
It's
not a good way to get handled problems. It's a good way to pile up more.
And then that becomes the biggest problem you have. And then you wish you just had that problem you had in the beginning because...
And then now you're broke too.
Yes.
And you're denying any obligations that you have for life.
Yeah.
And to the young man who was talking to him about working out, bro, a couple that work out together work out forever. All right? If your woman has to get you in the gym,
yes,
that is a severe issue with you, brother.
And he was
you
telling
need to
me
look in the mirror.
She's excited about it, him
if
going.
Anything, you should be getting her in the gym, helping her work out. That is the man's place, not the woman's place to be like, hey, let me teach you how to work out. That shit is backwards.
He knows how to work out because he did it before. He just got lazy. And then he said, hey, man, she was like, babe, if you work out, because you got the... And I said, dude, you got the frame.
Yeah.
I said, all you got to do is work out. Man, you got it. He was like, yeah, I used to work out, man. And, I work it all day. I was like, man, I work all day, too. I'm 58. Come on, man. Like, stop it.
If your woman comes to you excited about something like that, usually, and it's not... And she comes excited to you with something that's not some weird, outlandish... request, like, hey, I'm gonna go hang out with this other guy without or I'm gonna go to dinner with my guy friend.
Yeah, we're gonna go talk about you.
Yeah.
How you're not making me happy.
He's gonna learn all the stuff not to do.
I would never do that.
Yeah,
I would never.
So
what he does?
up.
What? Yeah, if it was me, I would do it.
I would never.
I'd take you out to dinner every weekend.
I would.
You like dancing?
Oh,
me too. I don't like dancing, but I would do it for you. You know what I mean?
So you got to, man.
Because
you gotta take care of that shit. You gotta take care of your woman.
I would sacrifice for you, honey. He doesn't care about you. He really doesn't.
Women are emotional creatures, and you gotta be a man. You gotta understand. You gotta be man enough to understand that sometimes she's going to be completely irrational and come at you with some complete and utter bullshit. And listen, you can either stoop down, lower yourself, and engage into an argument with her and get all this craziness, or you can sit her down, be logical about it, be a man about things, and handle your business. You got to understand that you can't just be there for a woman physically and financially. You have to be there for a woman emotionally and spiritually, and you need to, because an emotional creature like that, will break. She'll break. She'll have highs and lows. And like I said, sometimes she will come to you with completely outlandish shit, and she'll be upset about it or mad at you, and then she'll start bringing up old shit. Keep in mind, the more you try to explain and engage, and you're just going to breed more of an argument, more animosity. Listen, if an ant bites your leg or your puppy dog upsets you, do you argue with your dog, and do you sit there and try to explain everything to it? No, you don't. You handle the problem and move forward. And you handle it from a place of superiority. And if you want to be the man in your relationship, you have to be the leader. All right? And that's not saying women are stupid and they're weak or they're submissive, and no. But as a man, you're supposed to be stronger, you're supposed to make more money, you're supposed to be smarter. All women want that in a man. Hence, you're superior. So you need to be that. You can't leave that level and just talk like you're there. You can't act like you're there. You have to be there. You can't just talk about the man you are. You have to be that man. And that's in every aspect of life. That's not just with your woman. But it will translate. That is a behavior. That's not something that, oh, I just talk shit here and there. That is a full-blown behavior. If you do it in one place in life, you'll do it everywhere. If you're a quitter here, ladies, if you're with a man and you see him quitting on things, just giving up on shit, keep in mind, if he'll quit on anything, he'll quit on you. If he'll quit on work, if he'll quit on something he's fighting against or fighting with, he'll quit on you. He'll quit on his relationships. Quitting, those things are behaviors. They're not things we do every once in a while.
Yeah, I heard some stuff last night, about guys leaving their wives after many years, and they got kids and this and that. I'm like, I made a commitment to this woman. That's one thing I'm glad about, and I got commended about last night. Raising my kids. I was like, man, I always love my kids, man. I was gonna let my kids down. You know what I mean? And you gotta sacrifice. You know what I mean? When you got a wife and kids, like I was married twice, right? But especially the first marriage, I liked being married. I didn't cheat on my wife. I liked having a family. I worked hard. It just didn't work out for me, but I did my best. I mean, I was into it, you know what I mean? And I've been fighting for my family ever since. Like my kids mean the world to me. They're grown now, but I still I have great relationships with them. It's not always good, but it's like working towards. And then being that I'm in this program, I learned how to communicate, and so like even if I mess up and react, and then I always come back. I could get humble and say I'm sorry if I feel like I was wrong, and I'm trying to get to a solution because I want us all to, excel, and that's my message. And right now, me and my son have been talking.
How's that been going?
It was good. It was like we came to, I had to back up for a while, and then I said, look, man, this is the situation. I feel like,
real quick, for those of you that don't know, Derek's been having some issues with his oldest stepson.
I don't even call him my stepson.
Derek is his son. Derek pays for his cell phone. The boy is not working. He's not doing anything to take care of himself. He's not doing anything to be a man.
Well, this I'm gonna tell you. A little something happened for him. His mom got another car, so she gave him her old car, which we don't know how long that's gonna last, but he's got a car right now. So he's working for Amazon Flex, so he's making a few bucks. And I said, look, man, I feel like you owe me this much. You've cut the grass and did these things, blah, blah, blah. So as far as that, I feel like you worked off this much. And I feel like you owe me this much. Do you agree? And he was like, yeah. And I said,
big step right there for you.
I expect you to start, pay your phone bill, which he did 2 months in a row. And I said, work $20 here, whatever you can give me. Like, let's work towards paying me off. Which is like, let's not ignore the fact that you owe me money. And that's gonna help our relationship because, you have to be a man. And I broke it down to him, and he was cool with it. He came over and he did some stuff around the house. He cut the grass, he did some stuff. He helped his sisters out. And then he had a talk with his mom, and he said that me and him had a great talk, and it went good. And he said that I was fair, talking about like how much he owes me, and he was happy about that. And so, I like where I'm at right now in life.
People who love you the most are the ones who are gonna catch you when you're fucking up. They're not the ones that are gonna be like, everything's okay, let me kiss your ass and let me hold your hand a little longer. No,
Yeah.
they're gonna be the one to say, yo, it's time to be a man. I
Yeah.
see this amazing potential in
Well,
you.
the reason
I
why
see this greatness in
I'm
you.
on
It's
him,
not coming out.
especially that he's a, you know, I'm gonna say he's a boy, but he's a man. He's
Yeah.
like girls are or women, but still, even my daughters, I get on them about being something. But especially, you got to be a man, dude. You can't be like, you know what I mean? You got to take care of business, bro. I said, you watch me, you watch my dad, you learned stuff from both of us. Because my dad was that outdoorsman that went fishing and all that kind of stuff. That wasn't my thing. But my dad also taught him when somebody comes over your house, and he told me this, and I was amazed. He said, because they used to call him Granddaddy. They say, yeah, Granddaddy said when somebody comes over to fix something, he says you follow them and you watch them because they're putting work into your house. And he said my father had him, like, whoever was coming over, he just watch them, stand there and watch them and learn, plus see what they're doing. And so this kid knows how to fix stuff. You know what I mean? And I was like, wow, because my father didn't do that with me, but he did something different with him. You know what I mean? Because I didn't like fishing and all that kind of stuff. So he did different things with him that he did with me, and I was like intrigued with that. But we both had that same experience with my father. My father was like no nonsense, and was pushing you to be a man type thing. And so like, it was cool to hear his experience with my father. You know what I mean? Because my father was obviously older, and he was retired when he was around my father. When my father, when I was young, he was working. He was aggravated about that, and the everyday hustle bustle of life. So he was a little meaner when I was coming up. He was younger.
That's awesome, though.
You know what I
Your
mean?
son was he's growing.
Yeah.
And this is because of what you did.
Yeah, because
because you finally got serious.
And I said I tell my kids, I says, look, you guys you don't like it when I get on you. I says, but if I didn't care, you know what I mean? I wouldn't say shit. I would just be going about my own business. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, you'll figure it out. But when you're a parent and you love your kid, you care about them, you got to tell them when they're messing up, man. You got to encourage them and praise them when they're doing well, man. You got to, you know what I mean? It's like a coach.
Just because
good play, man. All right, let's go. Wow, you missed the block. Come on, what's going on? Stop dogging it. Let's go. You know what I mean?
Just because you're someone's kid doesn't mean you're going to be a kid forever.
Yeah, man. And real quick, I got to interject this in. I was talking to some of my ex-teammates, and we were talking about, like, we had this one coach who was brutal, and we were just laughing and talking about how he used to kick our ass. One time, he was so mad because we lost this game, and he said we embarrassed him. That was the most embarrassed he's ever been in his whole career of coaching. Dude, he beat, and remember the sleds?
Mm-hmm.
He had us on this sled, right? And I used to be a linebacker, but that week, they said, we're going to switch you to nose guard. So I had to pay the price because he was mad at the line. So now I'm on the line. Dude, that's the only time in my life I thought about quitting football, because he pushed us so hard that I had to put myself somewhere else because I was so tired. Guys were actually crying. Like, coach, please. He was like, shut up. Down, set, go. You put a whistle. He's like, no good again. And I was just like, they don't do that to kids no more, man. They were brutal, but it made us tough. And now all these years later, we're sitting there laughing about it, man, and say, yo, man, coach was something else, man. Like, he was brutal. And he was the only coach I was scared of. I was scared of him. I ain't gonna lie.
Having men like that. I loved having men like that.
I was actually scared of
life,
him, bro. When he came around, I kind of stood up a little straighter. You know what I mean? Hey, how you doing? Hey, coach. Like,
act like you're always doing something. You're always attentive when he's around.
Oh my God, he was brutal, man. But we have those memories. We remember the people who pushed us to be our best. That's what I got out of that.
And that's love, man.
Yeah, man.
That's love, man. And y'all got it twisted, man. This new generation.
Like what's that?
You got it twisted.
Participation trophies.
Yeah, whoever's kissing your ass the most.
Participation trophies.
Whoever's kissing your ass the most isn't the person who's best for you.
Participation trophies. When the hell? Who invented that? What year was that? I need to know who started that. We should kick their ass.
I mean, everybody, it's just, I don't know.
And then they started having games, right? We don't keep score. because we don't want nobody to be a loser.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you need.
Yeah.
You're playing a game. Somebody has to win,
They
and
do
somebody
that.
has to lose.
Yeah, they
you
do
think
that now with the
you think in the
kids'
playoffs
stuff,
they're gonna say, "Hey, we will play these guys millions. We don't want to hurt their feelings." Because somebody's going to be real high if they win the World Series, and the other team's going to be real low. And we don't want the team who loses to be real low. So we're just going to play the game, and we're not going to keep score.
That's what they do now with the kids.
You know what I'm
That's what they
saying?
do.
So everybody can be happy.
Well, they're breeding mediocrity. You need that. That's a healthy competition, dude. I know when I'm working out on my own, I'm working out. When I'm working out with my homies, if my boy does an extra rep, if we're doing sets of 10 and he does 11, I'm doing 12.
Yeah.
All right? If he
That's
moves
true.
up, if he ups his second set in weight, I'm up in mine.
That's how we get better. Iron sharpens iron.
You this pussy shit, man. This everybody kissing each other's ass, playing grab ass. Bro, let's go. You should be in competition with your friends and your brothers, man. That's why you got them around, man.
Yeah, man.
And be honest. Listen, man, the person who loves you is going to be honest. They're not going to bullshit you and tell you, great job doing this. Keep being an asshole. Keep ruining your life. But it's okay.
Yeah.
Because you did it because you felt this way.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you go ahead and do dumb shit.
Yeah.
Or go and hurt other people.
Right.
Or hurt yourself. Listen, because you feel a certain way. Your feelings don't mean shit. You've got to look at your life. You can't navigate life with your feelings being the GPS.
Right.
That is going to lead you to destruction. It's going to lead you off the end of a cliff, dude. You're going to drive right through a dead end, do an 80, or go flying off a Harley into a tree.
Yeah.
You know that shit? So, you can't navigate life with your GPS being your feelings, dude. You've got to look at everything logically. You can't just run your mouth. You've got to think. Take a step back, no matter what. Anytime you're doing anything, before you open that mouth, before you react, just breathe.
Yeah.
Just breathe. Just take one breath, please. Just one.
You hurt my feelings. Guess what? You get some new ones tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's get to the problem. Let's get to the solution. Let's deal with this. Let's get better, because you get better. I like this analogy. A sailor is not a sailor if it's always smooth sailing, because he never has to do shit. All you gotta do is just sit on the edge of the boat or the ship and just look at the scenery. Damn, man.
Yeah,
fucking
so you're just
beautiful
riding
out
on a
here.
boat.
But he becomes a sailor when there's a storm. And they say, batten down the hatches, do this, the starburst, whatever they call that shit. And you grab that, you do that, you get the rope. And then they're fighting, everybody's doing their job, and the boat's rocking, but they're working hard, and they're not flipping over, and they're not drowning. They're keeping the boat going. And then after the storm is over, and everybody's like exhausted, and everybody did their job, and they're looking at each other like, oh my God, that was a close one. Now they're sailors. Now they're sailors because they put it to work, everything they've been practicing. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you practice, when it's game time, you need to be ready. You know what I'm saying? Because you've been practicing, you've been putting the work in. But if you don't do shit, if you're just sitting there scrolling through social media or playing games, I mean, you're not productive.
Listen, your life's a movie. Your life's a story.
You should be the star.
You're the fucking main character. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
Everybody's life. You're the main character of your story.
Yeah.
Now imagine you went to the movies and watched some dickhead sit in his room and scroll on his phone or sit at home and play video games. How exciting.
Yeah. Yo,
You've got to write your story. You've got to write your story, man. Let's go.
Have you seen that guy at the gym? He's got a prosthetic leg. He's pretty jacked, but he's got the prosthetic leg. He looks like he was in a service or something. Black dude. I think he wears glasses.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I've been seeing this dude. And a couple of weeks ago, I went up to him. I was like, yo, man, what's up, man? We shook hands, introduced ourselves.
Yeah, the old dude. He's like 80.
No, not him. He's a younger dude.
Oh, no, I don't know this guy.
Yeah. I forgot his name. He told me his name, but he gave me a handshake. Like, it was just like, this dude, man, he's ripped. You know what I mean? He's got a sweet ass prosthetic leg. I was like, damn, state of the art, shit, motherfucker. And he works out the one leg. He's getting it in. So we were talking, and I was like, yeah, man. He's like, I always see you working out. I was like, yeah, man. He was like, no excuse. I said, no excuses. He was like, no excuse. And you know what I know there's no excuses. I said, dude, I hear you, brother. Because basically he said it without saying it. Like he was basically saying, I got one leg and I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got one leg. I got a prosthetic leg and I'm in this motherfucking working. And I was like, there's people who got everything intact. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't doing shit because I'm tired. Oh, I worked. Now I gotta come home and just lay on the couch.
Life's gonna test you, man. Like, you need to understand that shit. Life is gonna come at you and, dude, it's the universe, man. The earth is alive, brother. Everything's alive. All right? Everything is alive. The universe is gonna test you.
For real.
It's gonna bring you home and be like, I'm just gonna make you fucking tired today. See if you go. Let's see if you, and that's gonna be the day.
Yo, dude,
The day that God's watching to see if you're ready to take it to the next
I was
level.
tired. I didn't get home till like 2 in the morning. I still got up, went to the gym, just did the stuff, and I was tired. I laid down before I came here, but I got up, set my alarm, got up, came here because I made a commitment to do this. And I got my meeting tonight. I'm the chairperson. I got a speaker coming. And after this, I got a 3 o'clock call with my family. We have a family call on Zoom once a month. And it's at 3 o'clock and we talk, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna be on that, you know what I mean? Like, I have commitments, you know what I mean? I'm studying to become a hot yoga instructor, dude, and it's not easy. And I'm just reading over and over again, and I'm listening to it over and over again, because it's like, it's hard, bro. But I'm like, I ain't gonna let this defeat me. So I gotta put the work in. I gotta put reps in. And I was in a car yesterday driving to the reunion. It was like an hour and 15 minutes away. And I just kept listening to it over and over and over. And then I was saying it. And then I was like, I missed that one part. Let me do it again. And the same thing this morning. I was at the gym over and over and over, getting in reps. Because people are coming to me and say, yo, man, I heard you're training to be an instructor. Oh, yeah, when you let me know, because I want to come to your class. I mean, so many people are saying it to me. I'm like, damn, I got to really do this. You know what I mean?
You know, life's going to be hard, dude. You're going to fail.
Shit.
You're going to fail.
This is not easy for me. Like, I haven't been in school in a long time. It's almost like, you know, basically in my mind, it was like, damn, maybe I bit off more than I could chew, like this shit, you know. But I'm like, don't give up. And I'm telling people that,
you're one yes away from a fucking win. You're one yes away from your miracle. You're one yes away from your goals, dude.
And what I'm learning is just keep trying. Just keep working at it. Don't give up. Don't give up. Keep going at it. Keep reading it. Keep repeating it. Keep trying to say it. And if you mess up, start all over again. Just keep studying. One thing that's in my mind, I like David Goggins. I used to listen to him a lot more. I think I might start listening to him again because he basically shares how he has a hard time learning and how he has to really go over a lot to get the comprehension of things. So I think I'm going to go that route. That's what I've been doing this last week, is over and over and over. That means sacrificing other things that I like to look at and listen to. Like, I might not be able to listen to music as much right now. I got to listen to this because I'm just like, dude, you know all these songs and all these raps from all these years. So obviously you got a memory. And how did you learn those songs? From listening to them over and over and over and over again, putting in reps. How did you get so big? How did you, from over and over and every day, putting in reps, putting in the work? How did you get good at hot yoga and get flexible? Because I did over 1,000 classes in less than 2.5 years.
The only person who can't win's a quitter.
How did you learn how to run a crane? By going to the training site and practicing. How did you learn how to drive stick? Because I went to the training site and practiced, and the dude who taught me used to yell at me all the time. And I was like, I used to have nightmares about this shit. Because I was like, damn. And I'll never forget, one day I was starting to get better, and we was at the training site, and he asked the other trainer to take me out for the day because he was busy doing some other thing. So I went out with the other dude, and we came back, and he was like, how did he do? And he was like, oh man, he did great, man. It was one of the best rides I ever went with Apprentice. And he goes, well, it must be me then. And I don't know why I did this, but I go, it is you. And I started imitating him. Push the clutch out, let the clutch out. Do you know what stop means? And I just started imitating him. I just did it without thinking. And this dude cracked up because I just impersonated him so good. He cracked up. And then from now on, he didn't yell at me. He just talked to me. And then I guess he realized it was time to give me the test. He didn't say we're doing the test. He just started asking me to do this and do that. And then we just went through each stage and just, all right, get in, started up. And we did the whole test. And he was like, congratulations, you passed. And we cracked up and we laughed and I was just like, wow, you know what I mean? I didn't give up. You know what I mean? I was more worried about learning how to drive stick than I was worried about running equipment. For some reason, that was a fear for me. Like, I didn't know how to drive a stick, and to get your CDL, I mean, you gotta drive a stick. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, oh my God, how am I gonna do this? And he was hard on my ass, but I wasn't soft because my father prepared me. Because my father used to get my ass. My coaches used to get my ass.
You didn't get your feelings hurt and didn't show up for work the next day?
I mean,
go tell the boss he's
it was,
being
you know
mean
what?
to you?
To be honest with you, back in them days, I mean, obviously, when you're going through it, it's not pleasant.
Anyway.
But it was almost like you want to show them that you could take it and that you could keep coming back and you're going to get it. Because, you know, I had a lot of pride. So, like, we grew up in that time where we wanted to be tough and show that we were tough, that we can do it and we can get yelled at and ridiculed. They were brutal on us, man. They cannot do that to kids today. I even heard the services, the Army and all that stuff is not as hard as it used to be. That's what I hear. I don't know. I never joined the service. But they said that they're not as hard on people no more for some reason.
No, because they have to allow
Feelings.
women to...
Women?
They've dropped
You talking
standards
about the
to
men?
allow women in and everything. Yeah.
Nah, it's the men too.
No, they've dropped the standards for everyone because they have to be inclusive. And that's what being inclusive is.
What do you mean?
Being inclusive. So everybody has to have, it's not equal opportunity, it's equal outcome. That's what they fight for. They don't fight for equal opportunities, they fight for equal outcome. Everybody has an equal opportunity. They all have a chance. Here's the standards. If you can't make them, you're fucked.
Right.
No, they don't want that. They want an even amount of this color. They want an even amount of that color. They want an even amount of women. They don't want
a percentage because they can't have an equal amount of color because there's not an equal amount of color across the board.
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense. It's all bullshit.
You know what I mean?
Real
That's why we're
bullshit.
called minorities because there's a majority.
It's a fucking delusion, dude. It's a diluted and it's fucking clown world.
Well, it should be
it's at
the
its
best
peak.
person should get the job no matter what you are. Like, for instance,
Well, they're lowering standards
sports,
for
right?
doctors and surgeons.
Sports, right? They put the best person in because they want to win, right? They don't say, well, we got 5 black guys. We got to get this many white guys or vice versa because we got to make everybody happy. No, we want assassins on this court or the football field or whatever. We got to get these guys on the court. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because we want to win. You know what I mean? There's big money involved.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
win.
But I don't know, man. You know, I guess it's the world we live in.
It won't last forever.
Who knows what's going to happen? I just know my little slice and stuff I'm trying to do. I'm glad I grew up when I did. I'm glad I have my mentality. I mean, I'm not hating on nobody. You guys want to do whatever you want to do. I mean,
whatever weird shit you guys are into, go ahead.
yeah, because you're gonna
keep it away from us.
It's gonna happen anyway. But yeah, that was my weekend. I'm wearing my high school t-shirt proudly, Manasquan.
Listen,
High school class of #84.
I think one of
Guys.
our biggest things here. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, finish.
Nah, just saying, man. I had a ball last night. Manasquan High School, class of 1984. 40 years, man. I was 18. But I forgot I wasn't even 18 yet when we graduated. I was 18, like maybe 2 weeks later, I was 17. You know what I mean? And so when I got out of high school, I was 17, and then I turned 18 2 weeks later. And to see everybody, and we're all like 58 or around that area, you know what I mean? 58, 59, whatever. And it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. And they were like, you look better than you did in high school. And I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, because I'm putting in that work.
You don't.
Nah, I told everybody, they look great. Because you know why? To me, it was just great seeing them and hearing their stories and their experiences. That was great. Because everybody had a story to tell. You know what I mean?
I think before we get out of here this week, because it's coming up on that time. I just want to say, I think if there's anything you can take away from the show, every week we talk about something happens where one of us is proverbially kicked in the nuts and then kicked when we're down. And we still get up and we still are successful and we still keep it going. We're still making money. We're still doing all of the things we need to do to be successful.
Yeah.
And that's just a testament to anybody who thinks they can't do it or anybody who's in a bad situation. If you ain't been living on the streets on dope for 10 years, in and out of jail, been robbed at gunpoint, all the other crazy shit that I've been through and he's been through, and look at what we're doing. Business owners, doing new things here and there, podcasting it here, boom, boom, you know, meeting somebody here, bang, bang. Everything's, you know, to better ourselves and to grow as men and in life. So the excuses that's all they are. And people who've had it way fucking worse than us are right now much more successful than we are. So stop with the bullshit. Whoever you want to be, you can become that person right now.
Yes.
Make the decision and make the changes you need to make. Yeah, you're gonna have setbacks. You build a bunch of shitty habits and you gotta build new ones.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have fallbacks. You just keep fighting, just like he was saying earlier. His thing is to not quit, just keep going. And then, you know, the quitter can't win.
No, that's for sure.
But if you keep winning, you have no idea that when that win's gonna come. It's not a plan like, oh, here, I'm gonna make $1 million today. Or I'm gonna land this deal that's gonna hit me with all this. Yeah, I mean, those things are built up to.
Yeah, usually things don't
You gotta
happen
have
overnight.
yeah, and you'll have somewhat of a plan to get there, but it's not gonna happen like you envision 100%. And you gotta circumnavigate those things, man. Once again, you can't navigate with your feelings. You know, and that's it, man. You know, I don't know. Me and this guy, you know, every week we come out with our story, and it's pretty basic, man. Every time, you know, we're dealing with some bullshit, and we're still grinding.
Yeah.
And every single person out there needs to do the same thing. If you're having some trouble with that, listen, reach out, dude. We got a bunch of people on the live on
Ask us
His and
questions.
Mine. Yeah,
And we
reach
get back
out.
to you next
if you got
week.
anything to say, hit us.
Yeah, man.
DM,
I got
comment in the live.
experience,
Let's go.
strength, and hope. I got a lot of experience, been through all kind of things, and I'm still here, man. I'm still, and to be honest with you, it helped me grow as a person. It really has. You know what I mean? Nobody likes, you know, struggles. You don't like them. You know what I mean? No, you know, nobody does. Who likes struggle? Nobody. You know what I mean? But we like when we get through it and we look back and we say, man. And then a lot of times, whatever you went through, you can help somebody with later because you build experience. And then somebody can say, yo, because I know last night a couple people asked me about this whole addiction thing because they got family members. And I told them, I said, here's my number, man, or reach out to me. If you know, need to talk to me or, you know, bounce off of me some stuff. Just reach out, man.
How do you get a stronger body? You work out. You put it through. You put it through stress. You put it through pain.
And ask me about
so
nutrition.
when you're emotional, going through pain, going through bullshit, you got to grow through it. You can't get high through it and hide through it. You got to grow through it, and that is going to. You're going to then grow emotionally. You're going to become stronger mentally, spiritually.
Yeah. You know. So you ready to wrap this up, brother?
Let's get it.
Well. Another
Beautiful.
episode 33. We're going to keep on keeping on.
We love you guys.
Yeah, peace
Like,
out.
follow.